In this video, I'll walk you through the new enhancements introduced for Cart Based Putaway Functionality. We will be covering the configuration setup, transaction flow, task creation, full LPN, and split putaway scenarios. We've introduced a new task type, Putaway Cart, and a new task creation template type, Putaway. As you can see in the process flow, the process begins by building a putaway cart. The operator scans the cart and license plate numbers, or LPNs. As each LPN is scanned, the system triggers a putaway allocation, and if configured, it performs a compatibility rule check. Once all LPNs on the cart are scanned, the process concludes by ending the cart session and automatically triggering the creation of a putaway task. Note, in auto-assign mode, the build putaway cart process directly invokes the task execution. In non-auto-assign mode, users manually execute the task via the Execute Task screen. The generated putaway task can include two programs. Program 1 is optional. It facilitates task zone movements, helping reposition items based on predefined zones. Program 2 uses the putaway cart to transport and put away the inventories to their destination locations within the warehouse. When creating a task template for a putaway cart, you must select the putaway type. Once selected, only task types relevant to putaway carts will be available, and no other types can be assigned. Important note, to maintain task grouping integrity, break-by fields and ordering configurations are disabled for putaway task templates. Any attempt to configure them will prompt an error message, break-by is not supported for putaway rule. We've added a new sort-by field, now available across regular, CC, and putaway templates. This helps order the LPNs efficiently during transactions. The available options include Cart Container Position Number. Sort tasks by container cart position number in descending order. For example, 60, 58, 56. Aligning task execution to the cart's physical layout for efficiency and accuracy. And Destination Location Putaway Sequence Number. Additionally, the system allows you to simulate FIFO or LIFO execution by configuring the Sort By field in the Task Creation template. In the Task Creation template detail screen, we have introduced additional selection criteria fields at the item, inventory, destination location, and container levels for enhanced filtering flexibility. The Build Putaway Cart Compatibility Rule UI enables you to create rules for cart compatibility during putaway. For example, you might require all LPNs on a cart to have the same inbound shipment number. Once the first LPN is added to a cart, the system uses its shipment number as a reference. All subsequent LPNs must match this value. If not, the system blocks the action and displays an error showing the expected and scanned shipment numbers. This compatibility rule is optional and configurable based on operational requirements. Let's now walk through some practical operational scenarios and their corresponding configuration setups. Example Scenario 1, putaway of multiple full LPNs to multiple locations. You can set the configuration as shown here for RF Build Putaway Cart Screen and RF Putaway Cart Screen. Please check the Task Zone Movement configuration and Data Setup IBLPNs records as well. Let's dive in and see the transaction flow. Invoke the Build Putaway Cart screen and scan the cart. Now scan LPN 1, scan LPN 2, and scan LPN 3. Tap Ctrl-E to close the cart. The system auto-assigns the putaway task and launches the first task zone movement program. Scan drop location of the task zone. The system navigates back to the first Build Putaway Cart screen. In this scenario, the task creation template's ordering criteria was configured with order by column as destination location, putaway sequence, and sorted by in descending order. As a result, the tasks, specifically the number of picks, are sequenced in descending order. Now let's execute the task. Invoke the Execute Task screen and scan the putaway task. Now scan the location. Note the LPN prompt screen displays the cart position number, allowing you to easily identify the LPN in the cart. Proceed to scan LPN 3. Now scan location 2. Scan LPN1 and LPN2. Note, LPN1 and LPN2 are both allocated to location 2. Therefore, the system prompted for location 2 only once. The system navigates back to the Execute Task screen. Example Scenario 2. Putaway of multiple LPNs with some split to different active locations. You can set the configuration as shown here for RF Build Putaway Cart Screen and RF Putaway Cart Screen. Here is the data setup IBLPN's records for reference. Let's dive in and see the transaction flow. Invoke the Build Putaway Cart screen and scan LPN1. The system auto-generates the cart upon first LPN scan. Scan LPN2. Scan LPN3. Note, we have set the maximum cart limit value as 3. Therefore, the cart is close now. Before we move on to task execution, please see how the LPN has been split across different locations after the allocation. Now scan location 1. Please see these important information before we proceed and execute the task. Scan LPN1. Scan location 2. Scan LPN2. Scan SKU and quantity from LPN2. Scan the next location. Scan SKU and quantity from LPN3. Scan the next location. Follow the same process for LPN2. Note, the system will not prompt to scan SKU and quantity, as all the remaining inventories of LPN was allocated. Once the putaway task is complete, the system navigates back to the Build Putaway Cart screen. The task is now complete, and you can see the status here. Before proceeding with this example, ensure that the next screen to launch parameter is properly configured on the RF Receive Shipment and RF Receive Load screens. Set it to a valid RF Build Putaway Cart screen. Here is another example where you can use 3 different configurations to cover the following scenarios. You can create putaway allocation for received LPNs without creating a putaway task. Create putaway allocation with a putaway task but without auto-assigning it. Or create putaway allocation with a putaway task and auto-assign the task for execution. Apply the configuration properly. Let's look at a transaction flow where receiving creates putaway allocation asynchronously. Invoke the Receiving Shipment Putaway Task screen. Now scan the shipment and the LPN number, and the putaway cart task creation will be submitted for processing. The system will navigate back to the Receiving Shipment Putaway Task screen. This is a comprehensive demonstration covering everything from setup and compatibility rules to practical examples, task sequencing, exception handling, and split putaway transactions. Thanks for watching the video.